Hello there, folks. My name is Spoons, and welcome to another episode of Box Office Chat. This is the show where I take a look at the top 5 domestic box office results, see where each movie landed, and see how well each movie did. So let's get started. Number 5 is Tom and Jerry, which made 1.4 million this weekend, bringing its domestic total to 39 million and its worldwide total to 93 million. So I think it's no question that 40 million is in the bag, and now it's only $7 million away from 100 million worldwide, which is great. And even though I think it will be able to top Wonder Woman 1984 very soon, I don't think we'll be able to be seeing more Tom and Jerry in the box office top 5 very soon, as it's already made dropped to $1 million this week alone, and I have a feeling it's only going to get lower and lower. But 40 million during these times in 6 weeks in the top 5 is very good and very noble, especially now. And the fact that it originally even had the second highest opening weekend of the pandemic when it first opened was really good. So good on you, Tom and Jerry. You may not have been a phenomenon like the Croods, but you certainly had a good run at the box office. Number 4 was Raya and the Last Dragon with 2 million this weekend, bringing its domestic total to 32 million and its worldwide gross to 94 million. So this movie just crossed the $30 million mark recently this weekend, which is fantastic, and now it puts it $8 million away from the $40 million mark. And you know what? This may sound a little overconfident, and I know it just had one of its biggest, actually the biggest drop in its theatrical history of 46% this week, but you know what? I think that it will be able to cross the $40 million mark. It may take a while, but I think it'll be able to do it eventually, given how word of mouth has been really good thus far, and it's been having some strong holds at the box office for quite some time. So I definitely think that while, again, like Tom and Jerry, we may not see it cross that milestone in the top 5, seeing how it's already at number 4, and there's some big movies coming out soon. I still think it's got a few weeks left in it for it to stay in the top 5 for sure. And you never know. Stranger things have happened on this show, like I've said many times before, and anything is possible. Number 3 is Nobody, which made 2.9 million this weekend, adding to a domestic total of 11 million and a worldwide total of 21 million. So it was able to cross its initial budget of 16 million worldwide with 21 million, which is great, and it's only 4 million away from crossing that domestically, which is another big boost. And seeing how it's doing right now, despite, having a significant drop of 55%, I think it'll be able to double it since the doubling point is 32 million. I think it'll be able to double its initial budget worldwide in the upcoming weeks for sure. Number 2 is The Unholy, which made 3.1 million on its opening weekend domestically, and there are no worldwide totals that have been released yet at this time. So this opened much higher than I anticipated. I thought this would open to number 3 or number 4, but no, it actually made enough to open to number 2. In terms of how it actually made, yeah, it's on par with my expectations. This is about on par with the other horror movies that released during the pandemic, like Freaky or Come Play, where they open moderately good in these times for sure, but then they quickly die down, and I expect the same fate for this movie, especially since I have heard very, 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 very bad things about it. And there is no reported budget as of yet, but I can only determine that it's probably didn't cost much. This ain't no Marvel movie. This movie will be able to make its budget back in like a week or something. But still, the fact that it opened to number 2 deserves some props, I guess. And finally, let's end the video off with the number 1 movie of the weekend. And what a number 1 movie it is. And that is Godzilla vs. Kong, which made $32 million on its 3-day opening weekend, adding to a domestic total of $48 million domestically since it opened on Friday, and worldwide it is sitting at $285 million. Holy crap. So first off, this movie now holds the title for the highest opening weekend post-pandemic domestically. It beat Wonder Woman's $16 million back in December and has now just grossed more money in just 5 days than Wonder Woman did in its entire theatrical run. And it is almost certainly going to be the highest grossing movie post pandemic for a while now, seeing how it's just 2 million away from 50 million, which is around the same range as both The Croods and Tenet. So I think it's time for those movies to watch their backs a little, because the how fast this movie made money is a little scary. And it's about to double its initial budget of $155 million, mostly thanks to international markets. But still, the fact that it's already at $285 million and about to cross the $300 million mark, probably this week for sure, is incredible. This is everything moviegoers and the box office and the studios wanted to see as soon as theaters reopened with Tenet. This is obviously a great opening for this movie. It actually did a lot better than Godzilla King of the Monsters did when things were back to normal. Huh, weird. But still, this is an incredible opening weekend, and I expect more and more success to come as it goes along. And I don't think we will see numbers like this for quite some time, seeing how the other big movies that people want to see aren't coming out till the end of the year. And I don't even think the drop off from next week will be even that big. Well, it'll be probably a little steep, but it'll probably do better than most movies, seeing how the reactions have been so positive and everyone who's seen it thus far has liked it or said, hey, at least it was better than King of the Monsters, which I guess is some sort of praise. So yeah, good on you, Godzilla vs. Kong. You saved movies. Who would have thought? And those were the top 5 domestic box office results, but we're not quite done yet, as we got another week ahead of us and new movies to be released. And this week we only really have one new movie, and that is Voyagers. Now, this will most certainly not make enough to beat Godzilla vs. Kong, of course, but Lionsgate has been marketing this movie like crazy. Like, I've seen so many ads for this all the time on my phone. When I'm watching YouTube, they are just trying to sell this movie and hope that it will be a big hit. But while I do think it'll do a little better than Chaos Walking, I definitely see it suffering a similar fate, given how, again, like that movie, I don't know a whole lot of people talking about it, and I don't see it being brought up in conversations. I'm not even sure a lot of people know it's coming out. So while yes, I do believe it will make more money than Chaos Walking, I don't think it will leave much of an impact at the box office. But we'll see what happens when it releases in theaters this week and how well it does on the next box office chat. And that's going to do it for this week's episode of Box Office Chat. What did you guys think of the results? Were you satisfied, unsatisfied? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on all of the social media links right there. And until next time, guys, stay sharp.